had always whispered tales of the old asylum, a place where the mentally ill were once confined, their tormented cries echoing through its halls. Drawn by the allure of the unknown, I decided to investigate the cursed location, hoping to uncover the truth behind the haunting horrors that had plagued the town for generations. As I stepped through the rusted gates of the asylum, an eerie chill settled in the air. The building loomed before me, its windows shattered, and its walls covered in graffiti. It was a grim reminder of a bygone era, a time when the mentally ill were hidden away from society's gaze. I cautiously entered, my flashlight casting eerie shadows on the peeling walls. The air was thick with a sense of unease, and each creak of the floorboards seemed to be a whisper from the past. I ventured deeper, the narrow hallways leading me into a labyrinth of darkness. In one room, I discovered a decaying bed frame and a stained mattress, a haunting reminder of the lives that had once existed within these walls. As I snapped photos, the air grew colder, and a soft whisper seemed to brush against my ear. I spun around, but there was no one there, only the oppressive silence of the asylum. Descending into the basement, the air grew heavier, and the sound of dripping water echoed like a melancholy melody. My heart raced as I explored the dimly lit corridors, each step sending echoes bouncing off the walls. It was in this darkness that I first encountered the apparition. A shadowy figure materialized at the end of the corridor, its form flickering like a dying flame. I raised my flashlight, but its beam seemed to pass through the figure, illuminating the walls behind it. My pulse quickened, and I could feel my breath catching in my throat. As I approached, the figure began to whisper, indistinct words that seemed to come from the depths of despair. The hairs on my neck stood on end as I listened, my heart pounding in my chest. And then, with a final, mournful wail, the figure dissipated into thin air, leaving behind an unsettling emptiness. Determined to uncover the truth, I delved deeper into the asylum's history. I discovered records of unspeakable treatments that had been inflicted upon the patients, experiments that had driven them to the brink of madness. The tales of cruelty and suffering only deepened the sense of dread that clung to the building. One night, as I reviewed the evidence I had collected, I noticed a faint whisper in the background of one of the recordings. I turned up the volume, and the words became clear, a pleading voice, begging for release from the horrors that had consumed the asylum. It sent shivers down my spine, a chilling reminder of the tormented souls that lingered. With the newfound information, I returned to the asylum, my heart heavy with a mixture of fear and empathy. I spoke aloud, offering words of solace to the spirits that still dwelled within the building's decaying walls. I hoped that my presence would bring them some form of comfort, a reminder that they were not forgotten. As I walked the halls, a chilling wind swept through the corridors, extinguishing my flashlight's beam. The darkness enveloped me, and I could feel a presence surrounding me, a gathering of spirits, their whispers intertwining like a haunting symphony. The air grew colder, and I could sense their energy growing stronger, as if they were reaching out to me. And then, a figure emerged from the shadows, an apparition with hollow eyes and outstretched arms. Its voice, a chorus of agony, filled the air, and I could feel its anguish wrapping around me like a vice. The temperature plummeted, and I struggled to catch my breath. With a sudden burst of energy, the figure lunged towards me, its face contorted in a mask of torment. I stumbled back, my heart racing as I fought to escape its grasp. The room seemed to spin, and I could hear the spirit's wails growing louder, echoing in my ears. With a final, piercing scream, the figure vanished, leaving behind a suffocating silence. I collapsed to the floor, my breath ragged, my body shaking with terror. The asylum seemed to reverberate with the aftermath of the encounter, the walls carrying the weight of the horrors that had unfolded within. As I stumbled out of the asylum, I knew that I had unraveled the mysterious events that had plagued the cursed location. The tormented spirits, trapped between realms, had shared their stories with me, an account of suffering and despair that had remained hidden for far too long. And though I had uncovered the truth, the horrors I had witnessed would forever haunt my nightmares, a chilling reminder that some secrets are better left undisturbed.